So yesterday I took delivery of the Huawei Y9. Now, I've heard a lot of great things about this phone, that's why I became interested in it. It comes with some good specs, and I've heard that the specs are just too good for the price range. So that's what we're going to be finding out today, alright? And later on in the video, we're going to be doing a detailed camera review of both cameras, front and back, okay? So stick around. So welcome to We Tech Savvy. In this channel, we talk about tech gears, we do tech reviews, and we talk about anything that has to do with gadgets and accessories. So I know you know what I'm about to tell you, which is hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to also click that bell icon beside the subscribe button so that you know when a new video drops, alright? Now, since you're still here, I assume you're really interested in this device, so let's do it. Nothing really fancy comes inside the box. You get a free case, you get the device itself, you get a USB 2.0 cable, you get a pair of headphones, you get the power charging brick, and that's it. Now, straight out of the box, the device comes with Android 8.1 Oreo. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 processor, and as for the memories, you can either get a 128GB version that has 6 gigs of RAM, or you can get a 64GB version that has 4 gigs of RAM, which is the one I have currently. And for the color options, you have 3 color options. You have a midnight black, you have a blue Swarovski, you have an Aurora purple, and also the SIM card types uses nano SIM cards, and of course it uses dual SIMs. Now, in some regions you might get a single SIM, but the version I have now uses a dual SIM. The battery is 4000 mAh, it's built-in, it's non-removable. Fast charging is also available, no wireless charging. The device is also 4G enabled, but the network bands you will get depends on the region you're buying it from, alright? So you might have to check this out before making a purchase. For the physical design of the device, I kind of like it. The form factor is good. I picked up the blue color. I like the fact that it's reflective, just feels like a modern day or a 2018 mobile phone, you know. I kind of like where they placed everything, which though nothing really changed from where others have always been, but it doesn't feel too solid. Feels kind of cheap when you hold it, if you've been holding premium devices. But again, for the price range that it goes for, not really bad, eh? It still has a headphone jack in there, which is kind of cool. USB 2.0 port is also available for charging and data transfer, and of course it still has the stereo speakers at the bottom of the device. It comes with an LCD display, which is not really surprising for a device of this caliber. 6.5 inches in size, 82% screen to body ratio, and the resolution is still 1080p. Kind of cool. The two things that turned me off first of all when I powered on the device was, number one, the bezels are too thick. 2018 mobile phones should have slimmer bezels, in my opinion anyway, and of course it still has a notch. Well, the good news is that if you're not a fan of the notch like me, you can still turn it off. So if you go down to settings on your device and you scroll down to display, under display you scroll down to notch, you can see the notch there. You can see the second option there that says hide notch. So once you tap that, you see, voila, display becomes normal. You can still go back there again and re-enable the notch if you want it back, or if you want the device to look like it came out of the box. You see default and the notch comes back. Kind of cool, eh? One thing that is going to impress you with this device is the vibrancy of this display. I mean, for a device of this caliber, you get the display that is so sharp, colors are on point. You know, it might not really be the best display, but it still meets up a particular level. You know, one of the problems I noticed with budget phones is that they have terrible displays. Most of them, when you take them out on a sunny day, you might not even be able to use them. Take for instance the Tecno Camon 11 Pro that I just reviewed, which is almost the same spec as this. If you've not seen that video, I'll leave a link for it down in the description. I couldn't use the phone out on a sunny day. In low light situations, I could actually use the display. It worked well, it popped. But when I came out under the sun, I couldn't check my Twitter, I couldn't check my Facebook, I couldn't check any social media, I couldn't even Google anything, because I had to strain my eyes to see what is in there, and yet it wasn't working out. But for this device, you're getting a display that is very vibrant. It's still very, very usable under the sun. You know, I had to come out one afternoon under heavy sunlight to come and check it out, and it was still usable. I could still check my Facebook, I could still scroll through my gallery, I could still do almost everything that I could do, you know. And that is, as you can see here, why I'm scrolling through the display. See why I tried to Google something, I could still see the display very well, or I could still read the things that I was trying to Google, which is kind of cool, man. During the course of using this device, there were one or two things I found very useful here. One of them was this feature here called the navigation dock. Once you turn it on, you get this small circle-like icon on the screen, you know, with a description of what it can actually do. Like if I open up my browser now, and I open up a page, if I want to go back, I hit the button once, and it takes me back. And if I want to go back to the home screen, I hold it down, and it returns me back to the home screen. And yes, if I hold it down and slide it left, you can see it takes me back to my system tray where I minimize my apps. Kind of cool and useful because I can actually drag it anywhere on the screen and use it. Another feature here is this one called scroll shot. Now once you take a screenshot, you get this option down there that says scroll shot. Once you tap on it, it's going to scroll the page to the end and take a screenshot of the page from the beginning to the end. So when you navigate to your gallery and open up that screenshot that you took, you're going to see it. Now it's going to be a full page from the beginning to the end, just as you can see now. So you can actually scroll through it and get the entire page. But traditionally, in other devices, you might have to scroll the page, take one screenshot, scroll the page, take another screenshot, but it's different with this one. For the security aspect, fingerprint scanner is also available. So I put it here, I was setting up the fingerprint. Now, for some reason, it was pretty fast in setting up the fingerprint, and the response for the unlock was super fast. Kind of like it. Now, this has got to be one of the fastest face unlock I have seen on a budget device for a while. As you can see, I was just pointing the phone at my face. Once I hit the power button, phone actually unlocks super fast. Now, this is not the fingerprint, this is actually my face. Now, when I look away from the screen, you see it refuses to unlock. And I'm kind of cool with this feature because it's super fast. Now, it features this dual camera setup at the back they call the AI camera. The first one is a 16 megapixel lens, while the second one is a 2 megapixel depth of field lens. While in front also dual camera setup, 13 megapixel for the first lens, while the second one is a 2 megapixel depth of field lens like the one at the back. Spoiler alert, no wide angle cameras, both front and back. Here's a video I made with the back camera during Christmas in church with a bunch of kids. Now you can see the reds in the clothes that everybody's wearing, or anything red in this picture. Looks pretty washed out. And this is not just for the back cameras alone, it's on both front and back cameras. And the portrait mode is quite terrible. I just feel they shouldn't have put it at all in the front cameras or the back cameras. So if you're looking forward to buy this phone because of the cameras, I would actually advise you to stay away from it because the cameras are not so great. I mean, it has good RAM, has good battery, has good internal memory, it runs on a good processor, but the camera system is a no-no. So guys, I would like to know what you think about these devices, alright? So let me know in the comments. And of course, if you've watched to this point, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, alright? And watch out for the next video. I also have something big coming. So I'll see you again next time. Peace out.